guys, I am Idishes Bagalwadi, your science teacher, Sankalp Learning Solutions. In the last class, we discussed regarding the chemical properties of metals. Under that, we discussed regarding what happens when metal reacts with the water, okay, and also forms of the water, okay. Then today we are going to discuss regarding what happens when metals reacts with the acids. So in the last class in acids and bases, so we learned regarding the metal reaction with the acid. So when metals reacts with the acid, usually the products formed are salt and hydrogen. The products which are formed are nothing but salt and hydrogen. So here, whether the products formed are same in all the cases. For example, what happens if we consider nitric acid HNO3. So here what happens, the metals when react with the acids, so we will get the products like salt plus hydrogen, right? So this is a general formula. But when we consider an acid like nitric acid HNO3, so it is a very strong oxidizing agent. It is a very strong oxidizing agent. Okay, so due to this property, what it makes, whatever the hydrogen is released during the reaction, it will be directly or immediately converted into water. Immediately converted into water because it is a very strong oxidizing agent. It brings about addition of oxygen. Okay, it brings about addition of oxygen. Fine. So here and the air from the HNO3, the gases from the HNO3, the gases like nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen oxide or dinitrogen oxides will be released based on the reaction. So this is one of the peculiar or a different one in case of nitric acid. Okay. Now, to understand this, we have to understand one of the activity. So in the activity, we should consider 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 test tubes. So in all the test tubes, let us put equal amount of hydrochloric acid. We will consider dilute hydrochloric acid and let us take about 5 ml of hydrochloric acid in each test tube. And in each test tube we are going to place a metal. So in first test tube we will add magnesium, second aluminium, third zinc, fourth iron, fifth copper. So we will add the metals and we will leave it for some time. So after that, all the metals you can see in some of the metals you can see bubbles, formation of bubbles like in the solution. Okay, so before starting the reaction itself, we have to place a thermometer. We have to place a thermometer in each test tube. Okay, so that the bulb will reach the solution like that. So in each of the this one you have to place the thermometer. Fine. So once the reaction begins and once the time get over around 10 minutes or around 5 minutes, note down the temperature. Note down the temperature as well as observe observe the highest number of bubble formation. In which test tube you can see highest number of bubble formation. These two you will have to observe. So after the reaction, once we observe, the conclusion will be that the magnesium, when you touch the test tube which has a magnesium, it will be very hot. And when you test the temperature will be increased drastically. Okay, it will be very high. Then aluminium quite higher than magnesium, but magnesium is greatest. Like that, zinc on iron, you can't see so much increase in temperature as well as you can't see much bubbles. Same way in the copper, in the test tube where you added copper, here you can't see hydrogen at all because the reaction of copper with the acid is very weak. It is not so reactive. It is less violent or less reactive. Okay, so here you can't see the change in temperature also, you can't see the formation of the bubbles also. So by this we can understand that the reaction of the metals with the acids, all the metals will not react same with the acids. It depends on the reactivity of them. Some of the metals reacts very vigorously. Some of the metals reacts very less, that is less reactive with the acids. Right? So by this, uh, we can say that the rate of formation of hydrogen bubbles were more in case of magnesium, and it is a exothermic, that is release of heat was more in case of magnesium. If we want to write it in a decreasing order, magnesium is greater than aluminum is greater than zinc is greater than iron is greater than copper. Okay, so this is how the metals reacts differently with the acids. It is not that all the metals react same with the acids. This is the reaction of metals with the acids. Now we have to learn about one more concept which is called as aqua regia. What is this aqua regia? It is called as royal water. Aqua regia is called as royal water. So it is made up of concentrated hydrochloric acid plus concentrated nitric acid. It is made up of concentrated hydrochloric acid, concentrated nitric acid in the ratio 3:1. For example, 3:1 means I can say that if it is 100%, 75% will be of HCl plus 25% will be of nitric acid, like that. Like in that ratio, the aqua regia is formed. What is the use of it? It is a very fuming liquid. It will be always producing the fumes, and it has so much strength that it can dissolve gold, it can dissolve platinum. So that much strength will be there in this solution, which is called as aqua regia, which is called royal water. It is called royal water, and it will be highly corrosive, means it will burn soon. It is very dangerous to handle it. It is highly corrosive. It has a capacity to burn. So this is regarding the concept of aqua regia and also the reaction of the metals with the acids. In the upcoming session, we are going to study the other chemical properties of the metals. Until that, take care. Have a nice day.